Okay, we have a 1,500 point league battle report for you. I've got my Necrons. You've seen it before. A bunch of Immortals and a Night Side, some Wraiths, Lord, Monolith, the suckage of the Doomsday Ark, failing game after game, but I keep trying to test it out. Some Immortals and Warriors. I'm facing Chaos Space Marines, an interesting foot-style army with a few Rhinos in it. 20 of these guys, I think, 20 of those guys, just like cultists or something like that. 5 Havocs, looks like. 8 sort of Space Marine dudes in here. I think Chosen, you said they're in there? Oh, Possessed in this one, yeah. There's a unit of demons deep striking in Plague Bearers with a character that has Breath of Chaos in there, pretty awesome. And we are actually playing, we had rolled up Purge the Aliens. There's no objectives anywhere, we're just trying to kill each other. I will be going first unless my opponent can steal initiative.
Yes.
He steals initiative. What a cheater. Look at him. Okay. All right. It always happens to me against opponents that I need to do well against. All right. So we're going to start the game. Warlord traits. My guy has counterattack in my deployment zone with his unit, and my opponent's is
Soul Blaze.
Soul Blaze for a soul
so
unit. Bottom top of turn 1 on this stolen initiative. On top of that, we rolled successful night fighting. So, you know, my shooty army is going to have to go through the night on this one, but so be it. So these guys rolled up here. They made the dangerous train through the building, and they popped smoke. Craziness over there. These guys moved up and ran. They're just charging forward. Same thing, these guys moved up and ran. That thing blasted forward and went flat out even. So they're just zooming right next to me. I think all those things have meltas. That's why he's doing that. Oh, I just realized what's happening here. The nonsense is beginning. All right. Well, so be it. These guys tried to fire a couple of missiles at my Annihilation Barge. 2 hits, but couldn't do anything to it. And that is pretty much it. So my bottom of turn 1 coming up. We have to make do with this one round of shooting we lost. Back in a bit. Oops. So rounding up my bottom of turn 1, what did I do? Fired this thing into here pretty close. They got some 5+ cover, but I managed to wipe out, I think, 3 guys. Not amazing, but what are you going to do? These guys over here tried to fire at this thing, but cover saves just were so powerful on this thing, so we couldn't hurt it. My unit split from my Lord. These guys went over here. Lord went over here to join this unit, give them a 4+. Meanwhile, shooting from a bunch of other stuff from this thing combined with those guys, finally managed to get through the cover saves, wrecked that thing. Those guys popped out. My Scarabs were ready to pounce, though. Yeah, pounce. That's a relative term because they're charging into certain depth, but I'm hoping that they'll hold those meltas up for one more round. That would be really helpful. And that's pretty much it. This thing decided to actually move and flat out backwards. Doomsday Ark continues to fail. There was simply nothing worth shooting because they would have all had 2+ cover saves, 3+ or 2+ cover saves over here. It was not really worth shooting at this round, so that's what's going on there. And we're going to see what happens in this suicidal combat, see if I can get some use out of it. I did get first blood on that vehicle. So just we're seeing here, they still don't, so we rolled for his reserves, they didn't show up. What happened in that combat? We lost an entire base and 1 wound on a Scarab, but we killed 1 guy in return, so kind of a gong show there. You know, we sort of, I just hope I survive this one round of his combat. Actually, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe it'd be nice if he kills me. I don't know. We'll figure it out. On to top of turn 2. Okay, rounding up top of turn 2. What happened over here? These guys moved forward, some shooting into there, combined with shooting from missiles over here. Blew away 4 of those guys. Only 1 of them reanimated. So despite my Lord joining them to give them the orb, it didn't really help there. We haven't done combat over there yet. We're going to do it in a second. What happened over here? These guys moved up here. A hail of fire from these guys. Only 6 wounds caused, but I failed 4 of them with my 3+ invulnerables. So that was pretty tough there. Also, one of these guys took some shooting from something. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, from the vehicle. And so he lost a wound as well. Other than that, the army just moved forward. The reserves didn't show up, and we're going to see what happens in that little combat over there. Back in a bit. Okay, so rounding up those combats, a bit of a stroke of luck. I forgot to mention, these guys tried to charge this unit, Overwatch, couldn't kill anybody, but they couldn't make it through all the terrain and all that, so we weren't caught there. Now, we did have counterattack in our deployment zone, so that would have been interesting, but so be it. Over here, the Scarabs killed 1 guy, took no wounds in return. Those guys actually ran, so we're going to get a chance to charge them now. That's kind of wacky, isn't it? But this is you just know this is going to be when 2 of those meltas hit on Overwatch and blow them away. You just know that, don't you? But anyways, okay, we're going to see what happens. Bottom of turn 2 for Necrons. Night Scythe with 10 Immortals did not show up. These guys over here, Lord split off, went this way. These guys we're charging in. We're going to see what happens in this combat. We haven't started yet. These guys tried to blow up this vehicle, but couldn't get the kill point. I did immobilize him and make it so he's stunned, but he's still alive, so I couldn't get all 4 of my guys to get their Hammer of Wrath. Only 2 of them are getting Hammer of Wrath as a result. Over here, amazing shooting from the Doomsday Ark. Had a clear line of sight into that giant unit that was in between those trees there. No cover, combined with the shot from this thing, annihilated something like 15 of these guys. maybe 14 of them. One of them was a lord, was an HQ, not the general of the army, but an HQ, another lord that they actually decided to run. So huge luck for the Necrons in this round, although it was backed up by 2 walloping good hits. From the Ark of Failure finally succeeds on something. Can't believe it. All right. What else happened here? Rapid firing from these guys killed, I think, 4 dudes here. We charged in there. One melted did hit, though, and annihilate one of my Scarabs pretty nicely over there. And that is pretty much it so far. So we're on to these combats over here. We're going to see what happens. Okay, so rounding up those combats, pretty good overall. Over here, my guy only took 1 wound, and he actually killed a Space Marine with a melt-a-gun. So that fluky little bastard keeps fluking his way to relevance over there. Over here, my Lord challenge just obliterated the other guy. Mind Shackles put tunes in himself, and I just finished him off with my 3rd wound. Amazing luck there. Took out 2 points instantly. However, these guys had they rolled for their reroll wounds. They managed to annihilate 2 of my Wraiths. Wraiths killed 2 in return, though. Got a little bit lucky with some bad saves on these guys. So we won combat, but it didn't matter because everything here is fearless except for the Lord. And we continue on to top of turn 3. We're going to see if those demons finally show up. Here we go. 3+.
No!
Still no demons! What is going on here? Oh my goodness. Okay, they've seen what's happening. The Chaos Gods are fickle. So back in a bit. This bottom, I think top of turn 3, what happened? Those guys slaughtered me and my Scarab in combat and broke free. They got their meltas ready to come out. These guys came up here, fired into here by some dumb luck on the Necrons. Couldn't kill anybody, and they couldn't charge me, and I killed 1 guy on the Overwatch. So a little bit of an annoying fail for these guys to charge me. These guys tried to fire missiles into over here, but couldn't penetrate the armor. Combat, a bit of a gong show. We had a challenge with my Lord. I couldn't kill his guy. He couldn't do any wounds on me. We actually killed. They put 1 wound into a Wraith. We killed 1 guy total. So it was a tied combat there. A bit of a gong show, but it's looking pretty good for Necrons. If I can just hold out here, let's see if this thing shows up on a 3+. Oh, we forgot to mention those demons still didn't show up on a 3+. Can't believe it. They're just looking down and having a tea party or something. I don't know. So this thing does show up. That's going to make a big difference. Okay, back in a bit. Okay, so rounding up bottom of turn 3, what happened? We continue sweeping off the board. These guys popped out, came in that thing. With the help of those guys, annihilated that unit of cultists. It actually took the guns on this thing. Over here, fired into there, but couldn't kill anybody. That big shot from that guy over here. Came in here, nuked 2 of these guys, but they made the leadership. This big guy split off his gun into here, killed like 4 of these guys. 3 of those guys, sorry. With the help of this, though, killed, I think, 1 or 2 more. And they stayed. They didn't run, though. Over here, combat, pretty disastrous. Again, my Lord just fails to kill anything. Mind Shackle succeeds, but he doesn't wound himself. And these guys killed all 3 Wraiths. They're so powerful in combat, these possess. So I actually lost combat by 3 because my stupid Lord is just a failure, but he stuck it out. What a fluky bastard. Got that 6, needed a 7. He stuck it out. And unfortunately, we rolled for reserves, and those guys still rolled a 1, those Plague Bearers. Man, it's just not happening for those Plague Bearers. So back in a bit with the top. Okay, so we actually we failed our basic 40k rules. We forgot that you automatically come on apparently on turn 4 with reserves. So we're gonna see where they show up in a little bit. Okay, so rounding up top of turn 4. So when those guys showed up, they tried to land here to nuke me with Breath of Chaos, but he scattered 7 inches away. Just barely made it in there without being whatever you call it, mishapping. Managed to get a nice Breath of Chaos through, hit both of my vehicles, took a hull point off of both of them. Others shooting here nuked 6 of these guys. They made their leadership, though, and 3 reanimated. And that was pretty much it. So over here in my challenge, my Lord finally managed to kill the guy. He actually killed himself with Mind Shackles, but... so we won combat, but they're fearless. And it is on to the bottom of turn 4. Okay, here we go. So rounding up this turn, bottom of turn 4, rather... I brought the Necron over here, the Monolith, finally used the door, actually sucked 3 of these guys into the doorway. Actually got 5 of them, but we realized that Feel No Pain is technically not a save, so it doesn't allow saves, but we allowed the Feel No Pain, so a couple of them passed. But shooting with a variety of shooting and guns, blew away most of that unit, except this one guy who's charging forward. He's going to start kicking ass into my guys over here. This thing flew up over here, annihilated those 3 guys, just didn't even waste any time. Combination of shooting from the Doomsday Ark, and this thing just obliterated those last 3 remaining guys there. So it's looking pretty good here. Combat, interesting combat. No challenge going on because all characters are dead. 2 wounds in my Lord, had to make 3 saves, rolled a bunch of 1s, so he's humiliating himself, but he just managed to win the combat by causing 3 wounds onto these guys. 1 from Mind Shackles, 2 from his War Scythe, and so we're still locked in over there. And some shooting, I think 1 guy died from shooting on over here. So back to top of turn 5. So top of turn 5, game is speeding up pretty quickly, not a lot of stuff left on both sides. Lord goes down, just so many saves eventually forced him. He was already down to 1 wound because he took 2 wounds from failed saves last round, so he died, but he did stand up. These guys consolidated this way. I did manage to these guys, I put wounds into them, but they made their beautiful invulnerable saves. 2 invulnerable saves would have gotten that unit. Pretty impressive. This guy charges in and actually survives the Overwatch. And this guy tried to charge in, but didn't make it. He was too far away. And actually won combat, but I stuck it out because he killed one of my guys and did not reanimate. And is on to bottom of turn 5. Okay, so rounding up bottom of turn 5, Lord charged in there, just took that guy down. Shooting from a lot of AP2 type stuff. Well, it didn't really matter because they're demons, but managed to blow away, I think, 2 or 3 demons here. This thing, with a combination of little wiener guns on the Monolith, managed to blow away those 2 guys. So looking pretty good there, but we're going to see if the game continues to turn 6. Roll it up on a 1 or 2. Oh. Cock dice, try again.
Try that one again.
Failure at rolling dice.
Keeps going.
No, keeps going. Okay, so on to turn, top of turn 6. Here we go. Okay, so rounding up, we did the entirety of turn 6. Managed to wipe the demons and chaos off the board, but what happened? Just a bunch of shooting. Charge into here. Breath of Chaos could have wiped out my Lord again before the charge, but didn't roll the 4+, and then we just beat him up over there. Killed that over there. Otherwise, this thing flew on, but that was pretty much it for that. So we took it there. Good game, man. Thank you. I usually try to get a handshake on the camera, but let's do it. Run.
Good game.
Good game, man. Yeah. Thanks.